Hey people, Mike Martins here with the Mike Martins channel. Thanks for joining, liking, subscribing, and coming to visit me here at my store at 1925 Colchina Avenue in downtown Merritt, British Columbia. Anyways, what's going on, folks? Well, it looks like the internet's being restored across Canada, and, well, we have another problem here. As the internet restores, how are they going to censor people when the truth gets out, or when the truth starts to leak? I was betting more on coming for the power. Once the power goes, you can't buy gas, you can't go buy food, you can't, there's a lot of things go down the line. But something else is in the mix or in the works, and we've been talking about it here on the channel on and off. We've been talking about it more on Mike in the Night, because we can't really talk on this platform. So what is going on here? Let's take a look. Canada to go dark in 2022. At the end of 2022, Canada to go dark. So what am I talking about? Canada, for people that don't know, that are living in the United States, Australia, New Zealand, and the United Kingdom, just so you guys know, that Canada, our media is actually bought and paid for. Our media is bailed out by our Liberal government. So this is an older from 2019, as the mainstream media was crumbling in Canada. Journalists questioned Liberal government's $600 million media bailout plan. So basically, media, or mainstream media in Canada, were going to get perks and benefits and keep their jobs and get money for basically staying in business and keeping to the, I guess, the status quo, or keeping the narrative up, moving forward, ushering in more lies left, right, and center. Now, when you go on YouTube or anywhere else and look at Canadian mainstream media, it doesn't say bought and paid for by federal government. RT does, other Press TV, other places that haven't had their channels deleted, you would go there and it would say that it basically is bought and paid for by their governments. But in Canadian media, you don't see that on YouTube. So it's always a one-sided thing when it comes to YouTube and other platforms too, not just YouTube. But so there it is. This is a big deal. So our media isn't real, but a lot of people follow it like a religion. They follow it. There's a small minority of us that don't and never did. And we kind of went and did our own thing. And that's why you're watching me here on YouTube today. I've been doing this for 10 plus years, 4,800 videos later. We're here today. Now let's move forward. Now, Canadian media doesn't have a leg to stand on. Dinosaur media, it's finished. But the taxpayers, my property taxes, my PST, everything I'm paying in taxes in my small business here is funding this crap. But what do they want to do to me? Let's find out. So, here it is. Our government is censoring us, and with Bill C11, it will get worse. That's the National Post. The CRTC's recent decision regarding Radio Canada should serve as a wake-up call. So there it is right there, CRTC Canada, Telecommunications. The recent contretemps between the Canadian Radio, Television and Telecommunications Commission and Radio Canada about the use of the N-word, okay, during radio segments reminds us of the CRTC and all about the control of speech. Using the commission farms out as censorship to be specialized agency, but okay, blah, 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 basically is to expand the definition of broadcasting is to expand the government regulation. That's what it is right there. Let me get, Bill C11 makes user-generated videos or podcasts virtually anything involving sound or video. So basically, anything that I broadcast from Canada with sound or video will be basically regulated by the government, or it has to go through a regulation application before YouTube accepts it and puts it on their platform. And other platforms too, I think, will be heavily regulated under this. So it's not just going to be YouTube. I think everything in Canada. And they're going to say, well, you could get a broadcasting license. Okay, that's fine. I'll get a broadcasting license. But the broadcasting license are hundreds of thousands now, or whatever, crazy amounts of money, purposely, because the mainstream media can't afford those licenses, Mike. How are they going to do it? They get bailed out! They get the money from the taxpayers to pay for their fraudulent licenses! So why not regulate emails as well? Nor does the regulation of speech stop at Canada's borders. Bill C11 permits the CRTC to exercise global authority over programs in any language. from any source. There it is. Defenders of C11 have argued that nothing the bill allows for them would threaten the freedom of speech because a clause in acts say so. So that's all BS because it's all vague in Canada, right? So there it is. I can't open this because I'm not going to pay for it. It's from the Globe and Mail. Bill C11 streaming bill could mean Justin Bieber hits don't count as Canadian on Spotify. So I guess he's allowed because it's going through an American distribution company of some sorts. And Bill C11 McLean's. Oh my God. Why Bill C11 on Online Streaming Act is bad news for Canadian YouTubers like myself. And it says, for Canadian creators are at risk for having their content and visibility diminished by passing of the Online Streaming Act, says YouTuber JJ McCullen, I guess so, who recently opposed Bill C11 in Parliament. And there it is. This is a worry for content creators on YouTube in particular, where its algorithm curates and recommends videos based on feedback from users, based on everything from now, how long the video is viewed, and how quick it's skipped. And there it is right there. So he's there to stop Bill C11, to basically stand up for small creator like myself. What have I been talking about my channel? This is why they want to censor me. World needs more money laundering. Housing crisis, no investigation in money laundering. So Canadian governments, feds have delivered no promises to combat money laundering. We've been bought out. Chinese gangs laundering money and shadow flipping, destroying Canadians' futures. Look at that. That's actually 5 years ago. Go look at the timestamp on it. Money laundering by foreigners, destroying housing affordability. It just goes on and on. Middle class to be wiped out by 2018. Money laundering, destroying young families 4 years ago. So look what I wrote years ago. This is not fear porn, but a serious question. All roads are leading to this, or am I just delusional? And it keeps going on. Look, money laundering destroying home affordability in Canada, worst in almost 30 years, and in Australia, and in the blue states of America, and New Zealand, and the UK. We covered, I mean, you could type in, look, watch this. Type in, this is our channel Time Machine, right? This is our channel. You type in Ireland. Here, right here, Ireland. Watch this. A lot of people don't care, but watch this. Ireland, massive housing crisis. Investors. So Ireland started seeing money laundering and foreign investing. Investors are pushing out locals in Ireland. 9,846 homeless people in Ireland. Foreign investors forcing Irish middle class into homelessness. Ireland housing depressed. Foreign investors going to Ireland, pricing out locals, leaving homes empty everywhere. Mass exodus of Ireland youth. Ireland housing taking over, pushing talent out. Northern Ireland is hot as Southern Irelanders flee to North for affordability. So there is a lot of things that are happening, and this is what I've been covering and warning about the wiping of the middle class. I even look, mass exodus, families leaving. And if you go to the Connecting the Dots, I made a video here back in 2015 of one of the videos that didn't get deleted, and take a listen to this. How's it going? Mike Martins here from the Mike Martins channel. Just want to throw up this video discussing the Target closures in Canada. That's just the tip of the iceberg. It's going to get worse because the middle class is being diminished in Canada. It's gone. The middle class is gone. Middle class is house broke. What we call it now. House broke means all the money they have, they invested into their house, which they have another 90 years to pay off. So there it is right there. I've been talking about it. And basically, look, January, that was just 2 weeks out from 2014. A lot of videos I have on this Connecting the Dots playlist I did for you guys. Food prices out of control, wages not keeping up with inflation. This is all 2015 videos here that I made and put into a playlist here. Look, so there it is. And we've been talking about this for years. I've been putting my neck on the line for years, waking people up to the fact that their middle class is under attack. Our mines, our oil companies, everything is under. You go to countries like Jamaica, parts of Central America, the Chinese own their power plants and their power distribution companies. That's a big problem because look what's happening in Pakistan. Anyways, guys, so there it is. And Mike of the Night I've been reporting, doing my thing. Nobody really watches anything I post anyway. So why would they come after a small guy like me? Let me have my voice. Let me say what I need to say. And don't censor us. So watch this. Here is Mike in the Night. If you guys want to join us, we are on Odyssey. We do Mike in the Night, and we're going to be live tonight. Episode 447 tonight. This is 446. Mike in the Night, rolling blackouts and power disruptions as the narrative falls apart. This was last Saturday. They hit the internet in Canada this week. So we'll see what happens. That's Mike in the Night there if you guys want to join us. And tonight's show, we're actually going to be discussing, what are we discussing here? Solutions. 447 upcoming live stream solutions. And there's episodes of Mike in the Night going back with Collins for, I don't know, years now. You could find it here. There is open lines. And then we had, what was that? Blackouts to suppress power outages. I said that one, sorry. There's a lot of them here. There's a lot of Mike in the Nights here. Here's another one here. Mike in the Night 444, stock market and crypto and housing crash. So, and then look, federalization of the planet. Two things I can guarantee you. They're going to federalize everything. Well, how are they going to federalize the big box stores, Mike? They're going to tax them to death and in turn create federalized government safe shopping areas. Give it time. Watch what's going to happen. Anyways, guys, Bill C11, it's a big deal for us. I'm going to miss all my friends in him. Well, again, I'm going to have to, I don't know, immigrate somewhere else. I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. It's about allowing people to talk, and the CTV and the CBC, I already filled out few Freedom of Information forms because there were tons of articles out when they were deporting Portuguese families from the province of Ontario. Tons. There was like 36 articles from the CTV, and I think the CBC had 11, and then there was a lot of other ones like the Toronto Sun, all these ones. The Toronto Star, they were reporting back in 2006, 7, and 8, the mass deportation of Portuguese families that were given promise of permanent residency if they came in and worked in the labor market. And as the housing market started to go south in 2008, they blamed the Portuguese and deported them all. There were vehicle blitzes. They were going into the high schools and grabbing the kids. There were reports written on that on the CTV and the CBC, that there were reports of the police going into the high schools, holding the kids, Portuguese kids, back until the parents could prove they were allowed to be there. Lots of stuff was happening. And vehicle blitzes, I remember keep getting pulled over. I would go to a job interview. They would ask me if I'm Portuguese. It was nuts. And that's why I left Ontario years ago. That's why I lived in Florida. I lived all over the place. And even Vancouver. I lived everywhere. So anyways, those articles are all gone. After that bailout in 2019, all the articles started disappearing. And when I bring it up today and talk about it, people look at me like I'm a lunatic and I'm making this up out of nowhere. And I can't prove it anymore because the articles are gone. And then anyone that came after 2009 and you ask them about this situation, they would say that would never happen in Canada. Canada would never deport people like that. They did. They did. 47,000 in 2007. And that's a big problem when you can't go into your own country's news that was covering it front and center. And the protests in downtown Toronto at Queen's Park saying hands off the Portuguese, stop deporting Portuguese families. One article read mass purge of Portuguese families across Ontario, attacking Portuguese children at school. That's gone. I used to use that as a reference. I would go to the articles, show them, and talk about them, and people would be like, that's impossible. And then they'd be like, wow, I never thought that would happen in Canada, but it did. And I started making a lot of noise about it back when DT, I can't say his name on here, the former president of the United States was deporting people from Mexican descent. I'm like, whoa. But Canada did that with the Portuguese. Try and find the articles. Gone. People look at me, I'm a lunatic. I'm making it up. It never happened. Because we can't find it anywhere. But the people that survived it could tell you the truth. Anyways, guys, Mike Martin's here from the Mike Martin's channel. Bill C11, they're going to try and silence us, and they're going to come for your power. That's why I'm buying solar like it's going out of style. They're coming for your power, and they're going to outlaw solar too in the future. Watch! They're going to outlaw solar too. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Oh, they've already outlawed it in some states of America. Look it up. My friend's a part owner of a casino in Las Vegas, and he's being sued by the Nevada Power Agency because he has solar panels on his casino. And he said, well, Greta Thunberg told us to go green. So, yeah. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Mike Martin's here. I have spoken.